So I'm just swapping out a car with my mate Malcolm at MJM Bodyworks. We've got my Tuscan back. He did me a real solid and jumped straight on this because I've sold this to a customer. I've given them a loan car so they can keep running around because their car had been taken back off a lease. And all we need to do is have the door painted. There was a bit of a ding. I can't remember which door it was. I think it was this door. Melt jumped straight on and did it for me, did a massive service. Thanks for that, Melt, and I can get that to the customer this weekend by the looks of it. I'm dropping him something else off. I didn't tell him I was dropping something else off. He'll probably see this on the video for the first time if he's seen it beforehand, which is this Qashqai I've just bought. Now this Qashqai is a bit special, and I know it seems strange saying that about a Qashqai, but it's a bit special because I've never seen one of these before. Obviously I've seen Qashqais, but I've never seen this edition before. It's a limited edition Qashqai with the 1.6 diesel in it, on a 2014, and it has an actual plaque. For starters, I've never had one with these seats before, these like cream velour seats, and it's absolutely fully loaded. Limited edition. It is a Premier, and it's even got a number stamp down here. It's number 742 of 2007. You've got a full pan roof, you've got sat nav, you've got cruise control, lane assist, you've got a 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive lock down there, 6-speed manual box, heated seats, automatic headlights, automatic, what am I trying to say? Automatic full beam and low beam. And I have to say, I drove it home last night and it works perfectly. I've got that on my Range Rover and it's a bit dull, a bit dim-witted, sorry. You have to often do it yourself because it's not doing it quite quickly. Now, this is like, reacts immediately to another car coming along. Absolutely brilliant. It's got rain sensitive wipers on it. It's got literally, I think, bar leather seats. I can't imagine there is one more thing you could spec, and I imagine the reason this is a limited edition is because it has these seats. They are half leather, but this colour I imagine is with the suede is the limited edition side of things. I forget what the mileage is. It is drives absolutely beautifully. 85,000 miles. Yeah, it drives beautifully. Yeah, it's got full all 360 cameras like a lot of them do have, to be fair. That's not that special. But yeah, I've never come across this spec before. It was a bit of a random find at auction. The only issue with the car I found is the bonnet. And the bonnet is, you can see there's lots of stuff here because we had to go at polishing it up. The bonnet is really crazed and cracked from, I presume maybe it's had paint before. It just some of these had bad paint. I did put some lacquer on to see if I sanded it back and put lacquer on if it would improve it, but no. It needs fully resprayed, and it needs fully resprayed mounts, because if I do this in the unit, we then think, other than a gun, we're going to get loads of crap in it, and we're going to probably have an uneven metallic, so it's best to let someone do it with a proper gun. So I'm going to leave that with him for him to paint for me, and like I say, you'll probably find out about it from this video. But once that's done, and this is all polished up, this is going to be a really nice looking car. And I can imagine, my wife got on this, right? I gave her a lift this morning. She said, oh, I love the interior on this, because she likes black versus cream. She doesn't like dark interiors. She likes light interiors in her cars. Most of these come with black leather, don't they? So, yeah, it's got limited Premier limited edition on the door shuts as well. Not come across this at all before. Today's a busy old day. We've got lots on. I turned up here and there's someone waiting for me to talk about buying a car. They want to see the Fiesta that we've got. So we're going to take down the Urus that we've had parked over the back there for ages, down for an MOT, pick up the Fiesta, pick up the Kia Rio that we had, which has passed just needing a Kia Venga just needing a track rod end. Well, it's failed needing a track rod end. So we're going to go pick that up. So we're driving down the one car, picking up the two, come back here, get the Kia Venga drop it done so we can go back down and get that re-MOT. The Fiesta's going back in, it's just needed a tyre. So yeah, just a lot of running around. Well, that's the Fiesta. He did a retest for me straight away on it while we were down there. We grabbed it from the tyre place, ran it around the corner, and he did a retest for me straight away. It has left the lower arm, playing the lower arm advisory on the MOT, but we can get that done, keep the invoice for it to show people that we have actually sorted that out. The other advisory was going to be a blow-in exhaust, but he's taken that off for me because he actually had the same age Fiesta in, and it sounded exactly the same. He said it isn't a blow from the exhaust, it's just the way the exhaust seemed to sound on these Fiestas. So, yeah, so that's all good. So now we've got to run back and, hold on, I've got something on the camera. So now we've got to run back and get this valeted so the lady can see it tomorrow. We've got to get the Tuscan valeted, so that can be picked up tomorrow by the lady. We've got to try and keep I like to try and keep them inside, so we've got to try and keep all the cars inside out of this rain. But I've got 2 cars that have been valeted that I want to photograph, but I don't want to photograph those in the rain, so I don't want to move them out until it stops raining. The rain kills everything. Because yeah, I need to get those out to park up the cars that customers are going to pick up. So hopefully we get a little break from this rain long enough for me to get some photos done, and then we can move cars that aren't sold out of the showroom and move ones that are sold in. So I've managed to dodge the rainstorms and photograph the Polo, so that's a good job done. And I'm now photographing the Qashqai, which I think has got to be probably my favourite car on the yard at the moment. I think this is such good value for money. 16 plate, it'll be going up at 4,995, I think. It has done 122,000 miles, which I know will worry some people, but the 1.5 DCI doesn't worry me at all, and it's had a cam belt. And I just think it's such a lot of car for the money. Plus I think it's really good looking. I think it's a good looking SUV. It's really well kitted out with the full pan roof. So it's got a 6-speed manual with sat nav, lane assist, cruise control, Bluetooth. Right family wagon, this. Do a great job, huge great boot on it. Bodywork on it's really nice. It's got scratches on the rear glass there, but that's not the end of the world. Like I said, it's got a big old boot. The rest of the bodywork is really good. Obviously we refurbed the alloys, or we stripped the lacquer down and sanded them down. I think it's such a lot of car for the money. A lot of car for the money. You saw that on someone's driveway, you'd think it was an awful lot more cash than that. And I just think it drives really, really nicely, really comfy. Obviously I like my bigger cars. So we'll put that up and we'll see how we get on with it. So with the Fiesta back, trying to sort there's a bit of water ingress in the back, it smells a bit damp inside. We found through testing there was water running down the insides here, we think from behind the lights. Looked like someone had to go before, but they hadn't taken the lights out completely. So we will reseal around these holes here. Put the lights back in, probably do it on the top light as well, just for safety. And then get a heater in there and dry it all out thoroughly. Pete's been giving it a bit of a machine polish, and it's coming up absolutely lovely. It's really good nick actually, there's not a lot of dents and scratches on it. The Dacia's back, there's just something I spotted on a door shut I want to sort out, which is a bit of bubbling down there. I'm just taking the paint back now. I'll sand all that down, spray that for them, then we'll valet that and tuck that back up inside again for their pickup. And then hopefully by sort of Monday next week that showroom will be empty, because we've got about 6 cars that all need picking up. No one wants to pick them up until first day of the new month for the road tax. Right, so that's all the paint stripped back and the rust stripped back. We've got a Genelite rust converter on there doing its thing at the moment. Then we'll cover it up with some zinc primer and then some filler primer. Then give it a scuff, and then it'll be colour and lacquer. We'll blend out the lacquer a little bit. Obviously you're not going to notice so much in the door if you don't have a blend and a lacquer, but we'll do it anyway. So there's my repair on the Dacia sill there. Put some lacquer over the top of the colour. You can see, I mean, it's not absolutely perfect, isn't it? But it's a door shut. You've got to be careful you don't start chasing perfection on stuff like this. You never make money out of anything. But what we've done, obviously, is prevent that rotting through into the sill where it was starting to bubble up there, because we went back to the bare metal, put down the rust converter, put down the zinc primer, put down filler primer, put down colour, put down lacquer, properly protected. Now, the funny thing with this is and I'm going to get the idiots that YouTube brings out, saying you must have done, but I was fussing about that bit of rust inside the door jamb there, wasn't there? Somehow I've managed to walk by this car every time and not notice this on the wing. The wing's got, you know, it looks like it's been knocked and then someone's just given it a little coat of silver paint, of white paint. Obviously the cars have been outside, it's been raining an awful lot, so that's perhaps how I missed it. And the car was all ready to set for the customer to come pick up, because we've MOT'd it. We've also undersealed the bottom of the car as well for them, as agreed. And as I said, I've done that door jamb for them, which just needs buffing either side now. So I've just given them a call and said, look, I don't know how I missed it as I was going around the car, but it's got a dented front wing, which I'm happy to repair or replace for you, unless you noted that and you weren't that bothered, because they did obviously look around the car themselves. And she said, I'm not really that bothered. So I said, well, it's going to cost me 100 quid to get a replacement wing in, so I'm happy to knock that off the price of the car if you want. So when you come for pickup, have another look at it. If you decide you are happy with it, then we'll give you the discount. If you're not, we'll get a wing in and fit it on later on. See, we fitted, it's like fitting new discs and pads on the front there as well. So we'll give it a clean and keep it tucked up in here along with the other cars for pickup. We have had the Tucson go now, what it was. A couple of the cars have gone out. That was being picked up Monday. That's being taken Tuesday. That's been taken Tuesday. And this has been taken Monday. So yeah, we'll see what they say when they come in. Right, old cars being what old cars are. Petey's just put the trap rod end on the Kia. What are these again? Venga, that's it. That's all it needed for the MOT. So he's done that, already go back in for an MOT. We move it out, airbag, ABS light comes on. Petey's plugged in the top don. So just a reminder, in case you haven't seen these on our channels, we live and die using top don equipment. I lent one of these to one of our viewers who's got a local garage. Said, well, take it away. He said, are they any good? I said, take it away, try it out, test it for yourself. He rang me and said, this is brilliant. He's got the 900 from me, he's trying out. He said, this is absolutely brilliant. And just to show you what kind of information you can, I always tend to show very simple code reads on it, but Petey's got it set up for wheel speed sensor reading. And we can see straight away there that our left rear wheel is doing 254 kilometers an hour currently as we sit still. So that is telling us straight away where we need to be looking. So we need the rear wheel speed sensor, left rear. It's decided to die on its way out, ready for re-MOT. So I know on these cars from experience, having done a number of these, that it's a wheel bearing that has the speed sensor in it. So we're going to have to change the whole wheel bearing out. You just never know when these things can happen. I know people like to think car dealers can predict what's going to happen when they've used the car for a month or whatever, but these things, they don't give you warning. They die when they die, don't they? So we're going to have to order that in and sort that out. So it's going to be a nice cheap MOT, that one. But now we've got to do a hub, which is a bit of a pain in the bum. But I haven't shown you guys recently. I've been treating Petey, because he's been such a good boy helping out, getting stuff done. I wanted life to be a bit easier for him. So I have invested in some tools. And we have got now in-house our press, because we were taking stuff down. Let me just turn the radio off a second. Yeah, we've got a press because we're having to take things down to Moors if it needed to be pressed. So I bought my 20-ton press. And because I blimmin' hate seeing people put coil springs on with clamps, I've got my coil spring tower. So the way it works is you put your coil spring in here, pump the lever there, and it compresses the spring for you, allows you to take the top mount off and put the spring back on a lot safely. So now we've got our ramp, we've got a coil spring, compressor. Oh, and I've got an engine hoist as well. The idea of this can double up the whole gearboxes while he's undoing them, as well as we've got some jobs where we might need to take some engines out of some cars to just help having them around for anything heavy. So we're kitting out. So he can't retire anytime soon, can he? So that's the Crosslander leaving, with the little Nissan Note following that I sold a gentleman like 2 years ago or something, I think. And they're just telling me their daughter's going to be due a car in a year's time, so they'll be coming to see me for that again. I was saying a little black book makes the job easier as you go forward. Having repeat customers makes the job so much easier going forward as well. If you can get through your first few years of car trading, you look after people, from that point forward it does get easier, because you should be getting repeat business, you could be getting a lot more recommendations. Right, end of the day, last thing is Pete is dropping me into Barnstable to buy a car back off a customer who sold a couple of years ago, a TP, Peugeot TP. It's a Peugeot TP, isn't it? They sell really well, so we're going to grab that off him. That'll be the last job of the day. So this is the car I picked up after work, Peugeot Partner TP. If an outdoor TP. Don't know, some of you might remember this car from me selling it before. Customers had it for what, year and a half, 2 years have they had it? We did water pump and cam belt before it went out, so that's good news on that front. These always sell well. This is the 1.6 HDI, and it's the pre-AdBlue, I believe. So I don't think we've got the AdBlue pain in the bums that you can get with these. Is it? Can't tell. I'm pretty sure it's pre-AdBlue. Drove it back last night. Drives well. I did pick it up in the dark. Bit annoyed that this wasn't mentioned. I missed it. Crack in the windscreen. It was pitch black and raining, so that's a little bit annoying because that won't be cheap. It's had some disc and pads on it, but I looked at it fairly recently. It could do with some suspension, but it starts up, gets through the gears, clutch is good, all great on that front. 86,000 miles. It needs obviously the mother of all cleanups, but they do sell well. These, they are popular. So we'll get all that cleaned up and get up for sale. First sale of the new month. First day of the new month, first sale of the new month. The Suzuki Alto. We do like a Suzuki Alto. The lady came in with $3 grand to spend. wanted something, a cheap runaround that would be low cost to maintain. And I said, got just the thing for you, a little Alto. We love these things, 1 litre, 3-cylinder, super tough little cars. Don't tend to run into problems with them, don't see them back again. You'll get a real world 50 miles to the gallon out of this, no problem at all. Even more on the long runs, being chain driven, it's only oil and filters, so servicing is really low cost. They are great little cars if you need a cheap little run around. She's part exchanging a little Polo, 2009 Polo, which needs quite a bit of work. Needs a master cylinder, needs a headliner doing on it, but I probably will retail it because Polos do quite well for me in this area. So yeah, first car again proving that there's always a market for the cars around 3k.